No Luka, no problem. Got two plays for Dallas that I absolutely love. Let's check out some prize picks. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg, back with another NBA prize picks video. If you haven't checked out the early video, I dropped 5 picks. I'll link it at the end of this one. You can check them out as well. Coming off a pretty good last couple days. Yesterday we went 5 and 3. Just missed a few. I went down. If you check out the early video, I went down through all the plays and kind of went the ones we hit and didn't hit. And then last 2 days we were 11 and 6. Hopefully we keep up the momentum this week. Again, we only got about 2.5 weeks of the NBA regular season. And then we got baseball coming and then NBA playoffs. So I'll be doing videos for both of those. So with that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Lets me know that you want me to keep doing these videos. I greatly appreciate it. And let's just keep this thing humming along and check out the plays for today. All right, as you can see, you got the NBA Prize Picks desktop version up here. If you want the mobile app, you can download that both in the Google and Apple Store. And if you do not have a Prizepicks account, make sure you run over there and use that promo code DFSArmy. The link is in the description below. All right, got 5 picks for you here. Gonna go over each and every one of them. Again, I said no Luka, no problem. Got 2 plays for you in that game. We'll do those last. We'll talk about these other 3 because these other 3 are all assist props. We're gonna say an assist for all 3 of them. And I'm going to talk about all of them here. First one we're going to go to, we're going to come down here to one that you might not think about, and it is Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid going up against the Lakers tonight, 230 over-under, Philly favored by 7. Lakers are an atrocious defense. They are, 28th in the league in assists allowed, so they're dumpster fire all the way across the thing. They've played the Lakers once this year back on January 27th, where Joel Embiid put up 7 assists. He's went over this mark in 4 of his last 5 games. The juice is on the over around -125, -130. I think this is a good time to jump on Joel Embiid's over 3.5 assists. The only way they have a chance here, the Lakers, in my opinion, is if they double Joel Embiid. If they do that, he'll kick it out to James Harden. He'll kick it out to Maxey, Harris. Those guys will start draining some shots. And again, it's a pace matchup. It's a pace up for Philly here, as they play a slow team, but the Lakers do play a little faster, ranked 6th in the association in pace. So I think that also gives him a little bit better opportunity to get some assists with the ball moving up and down the court a little faster. So I do like Joel Embiid over 3.5 assists here. I was looking at some of the other ones as well, like rebounds. They're ranked 27th in rebound rate. It's the rebounds 11.5. And then points, something similar. But I prefer the assist here, and that's what we're going to go on with this first play. Next one, we're going to go, again, staying with the assist. Going in a matchup that's pretty difficult, but we're going to go Donovan Mitchell over 4.5 assists. I know they're going up against Boston here. It's a tough matchup, and they are ranked 1st in assists allowed. But Donovan Mitchell has went over this mark in 8 of his last 9 games. Just missed it against Brooklyn here. And spreads 4.5, Boston's favorite, 217 over under. He has played Boston once this year back on December 3rd. He put up 6 assists. The juice is 130 to 135 on this on the over out there in some of the books. So people are hitting it pretty heavily. And again, he's got to be, ball dominant here for a lot of it. It's a really tough matchup. Should be a fun game to watch in a basketball perspective, but not so much maybe, looking at fantasy purposes outside of some of the props that we can get here. Bojan Bogdanovic is still out. Daniel House is still out. And then on the other side, Smart should play, and same with Time Lord. Time Lord should play as well. So Boston's back up to full health here. Utah's missing a few pieces, but they've still been playing very well. And I just feel like this 4.5 is a little too light. This number should be at 5.5, and then maybe I would give it a little pause. But even in a tough matchup, I think we can take Donovan Mitchell over 4.5 assists here. The next one we're going to go to is, we talked about Kevin Durant and his points in the first video. You can check that out. But we're going to go here with his assist. 7 assists. It is out there still, I think, at 6.5 at some of the books. I would really take that if you can get it 6.5. But even at 7, Kyrie Irving's going to continue to shoot. He's only got 4 games really to play as long as that game holds up, or as long as that rule holds up. In New York, where he cannot play home games. There's only this game and 3 other away games, and I talked about that pretty extensively in my early video. And I feel like this means that it's a spot for Kevin Durant to to more be the facilitator than the shooter, right? He's averaging over 7 assists a game with Kyrie Irving on the floor. And again, he's hit this number and hit this or above this number in seven of his last 8 games. So at 7 assists, I feel like there's still a chance for him to get there, especially if Kyrie's going to continue to absolute score a ton here. So I do like the 7. If you can get it at 6.5, I love it. The juice on that's around -135 to -140. But they have it at 7 here, and I still feel like he has a shot at it. And the worst case scenario here is if he just hits 7, it's a push, and you don't lose it either way. So just thinking how the game's going to go here, I do like the 7 assists for Kevin Durant. And the final 2 plays here, they're going to be points, rebounds, and assists, and we're going to go down to the Dallas guys. 2 guys that we don't have a big sample size with no Luka here, right? Luka's only been out 1 game since they brought on Dinwiddie in that trade. So we're going to go over here to Spencer Dinwiddie, 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We're going to go the over on this. If you look at it, you're going to be like, why are we going the over on this? Again, Luka dominates the ball so much. He has so much usage in this offense that if you take him off the court, I mean, he's got like a 35 to 38% usage rate. It's just absolutely insane. So you take him off the court, and Houston is the perfect matchup for Dinwiddie here. Houston ranks 30th in points allowed, 22nd in rebounds allowed, 25th in assists, 30th against point guard. And the 1 game sample size we have back in Sacramento when they played on March 5th, he actually put up 45 points, rebounds, and assists here. And I do like going right back to here. I like the points as well. You can get them at 19.5. I think on Prizepicks it's at 20.5. I think it's only going to continue to rise. But I think he's going to get it done in a number of ways here. Should play a ton of minutes. In that game in Sacramento where he put up 45 points, rebounds, and assists, he played 36 minutes that game, shot the ball 22 times, put up 36 real-life points, and he had 2 rebounds and 7 assists. So if you want to look at more of the points, I'm perfectly fine with that as well. But I'm going to throw up here the points, rebounds, and assists for Dinwiddie. I think this should be closer to 35 to 36 for him. So we're going to go the over on that. And the other one is going to be his running mate. They really don't have a whole lot of option here. Again, there's no Tim Hardaway Jr., which is a scorer. Take Luka off the court, and it's like, who do they have that can actually create their own shots and do something? The other guy is Jalen Brunson, and we're going to take the over on Jalen Brunson. Same kind of deal here, no Luka. Now, if you just take Luka off the court without Dinwiddie, he went over this in 7 of those 9 games. If you look at this and take the over on points, rebounds, and assists with Luka off in that Sacramento game, he still went over at 32. I went through all the numbers with points, rebounds, and assists with how bad Houston is. Like I said, he put up 32 in that matchup against Sacramento, played 37 minutes, put up 15 shots, had 23 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. So these guys are going to be on the court. They'll probably have one of them in the court at all times. This number should be closer to 33 to 34, in my opinion, as well. So they're way too light on both of them. I have no problem playing them together. If you want to split them up, or if you don't like the points, rebounds, and assists, I'm okay if you want to go points-wise on these guys as well. If we go over and check out the points for both of these gentlemen, we have 19.5 points for Brunson, and then Dinwiddie, we have 20.5. I prefer the Dinwiddie points here. So if you didn't like playing the points, rebounds, and assists for both, I would play the points, rebounds, and assists for maybe Jalen Brunson and points for Dinwiddie. But I'm personally going to mix and match all those with the points and the points, rebounds, and assists and mix them that we have here. So here are the 5 plays we have. We're going to rank these. I'm going to go Spencer Dinwiddie over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists is number 1. Number 2, Jalen Brunson over 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go Donovan Mitchell over 4.5 assists is number 3. Joel Embiid over 3.5 assists is number 4. And Kevin Durant over 7 assists for number 5. So those are 5 plays for you. Have 5 plays in that early video as well, and I will link that. And on your way out, hit that like button for me. It means a lot. And subscribe to the channel, and we'll just keep these things coming. And hopefully put some little coin in your pocket and continue our little hot streak. So with that, I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.